per second. You're going to get 10 megabits per second if you pay us enough money. Okay? And the way they're doing that, they're reserving bandwidth. Okay? So for various customers. So that's how you use this for differentiating and providing different quality of service. Okay? So if this is a paying customer, this is a free customer, this might be your high bandwidth route, and so you route that traffic that way. So it gives you a way to choose. So far, if you think about it, it's quite amazing that everybody gets more or less the same service on the internet, right? There's no real way to really get to a website faster somehow. And so this gives the providers a hook to differentiate between different traffics and provide different qualities of service to different people. Okay? So because now you can route, it doesn't tell you how to do it, but it gives you a hook that giving you the ability to route based on where the traffic coming from or other criteria. For example, audio, video traffic, you could label differently and treat them differently. Okay? So is it a good thing? Yeah, if you're the provider, it's a good thing. You can probably make more money. And if you're a free user of the internet, it may not be the best thing, because now they know you're a free user, so they can treat you appropriately. Okay, so anyway, this is just like a protocol to do that. How you use it, it is used in real life for virtual private networks, and most large companies who, for example, want to have regular video conferencing between their centers all over the world, they would need some kind of a reservation. You can't do video conferencing just on regular internet without some other support, and that's one way to do it. Okay, so okay, that is as much. Any questions on label routers or ATM or link layer? So let's see. Okay, so we are going to move to, so the rest of the class, we have only a couple of lectures left. So we're going to spend this lecture and next on wireless networking, and then maybe one lecture on network security, and that's pretty much all we're going to cover, unless you want me to cover anything else in particular, and we can do that too. So the rest of this lecture, we look at the basics of wireless. First thing is this particular chapter is called wireless and mobile networks. Okay. So are they the same thing? Is wireless the same as mobile? Well, I guess there's a partial answer if you keep reading, but are they same things to you? If somebody says wireless or mobile. They're actually very different things. It happens to be the case because of the way wireless works, that wireless and mobility are go together most of the case, but it's a more of a case that the two of them tend to go together rather than they being fundamentally different things. So wireless is basically just communication over wireless links. So you can think of it, we are at the link layer. So far we talked about Ethernet, ATM, everything uses wires. How do we do it when there's no wire? You use either for a local area network or to talk to a satellite. Those technologies are wireless. And mobile is really when a user goes from point A to point B and still wants to not change anything and keep working as they are. Okay, so for instance, you want to go to a different city and log in from your office in Paris, and you want to keep your same IP address, and you want to be treated just like you were in Houston. Okay, so this has nothing to do with wireless. You are on a wired network here, you are on a wired network there, but you want everything to work as if you are in the same place. So you want to be a mobile user who can be anywhere in the world and all their services keep working. Same thing, you're driving a car and you're working on the network. This time there is a wireless component too, and you want everything to move smoothly even though you won't be connected physically to the same tower or whatever as you're driving. So mobility is really providing a service where you can pretend to be in one place and go all over the world or the city, and your network connection looks the same. Okay, so these are different issues, and we spend whatever time we have today on wireless, and then next class we can look at mobility also. Okay. So for today, we're going to look basically at the basics of wireless links. We have looked at the basics of wired links, so we have to get to those. Then the basic Wi-Fi technology, and at some point we'll talk very briefly about cellular, cell phone-based internet and network access. And the mobility is a different topic that we come to next class actually. So let's get some basic terms cleared up here. One is a wireless host. Wireless host is laptop, PDA, IP phone, anything that wants to be on the network. This is something that runs applications. It may be mobile, may not be mobile. It doesn't matter. It's wireless. Okay, so those are, as we discussed, those are not the same thing. So you are an endpoint, and let's keep moving on then. So then you have the base station. Okay. So typically a bunch of wireless nodes or wireless hosts connect to a base station. Okay. So a base station is typically connected to the wired infrastructure. Okay. So basically you're wireless, you talk to your base station, and then you can get to anywhere in the world using the wired infrastructure. Okay. So its main task of a base station is to send packets back and forth between you as an intermediary between you and the wired network. Cell towers or cell phone towers are one example of that. Then there's a wireless link that actually connects these entities, either connects the two nodes or more commonly wireless host to the base station. Okay. Right. So it can generally it is used just to connect two hosts close to each other or a host to the base station, but it can also be used as a backbone link. You can cover longer distances with wireless, with satellite, microwave and all those technologies. So you can just have a plain point-to-point link covering miles that is also wireless. So and of course the technologies are very different. Depending on what technology you use, wireless obviously is very, very sensitive. What data rates you can get depends on what distance do you want to go. Okay. So here is a rough map, and I don't pretend to understand all these technologies by any means. So, but the interesting thing here is we are going range. So here, I guess it's kilometers or miles, and at this end it's meters. So if you want to use wireless technologies and you only need to go tens of meters, or maybe tens of meters, maybe 100 meters or so, then you want to be in this range, and this is the various 0 to 2.0